during this broadcast regarding products or the claims made about specific products have not been evaluated by the U.S. Food and Drug Administration. Products and treatments discussed are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent disease. Make your physician aware of all nutritional supplements used and immediately notify your physician if you have any health concern or undiagnosed sign or symptom.
Get ready to get healthy. Get ready to get fit. Get ready to take charge of your health. Get ready to listen, learn, and live healthier, because your health is your wealth. It's time for some information and inspiration. It's time to talk about health and nutrition. Nutrition for your body, for your mind, for your spirit. It's time for Let's Talk Nutrition. Proper exercise, stress relief, eating well, supplementation for when you don't. Let's Talk Nutrition. Scientists, authors, nutrition specialists, personal trainers, holistic healers, experts in traditional, natural, and integrative medicine. Daily prizes and giveaways. Follow Dr. Garko on Twitter at Dr. Garko and on Facebook at facebook.com/Dr. Michael Garko. Now, welcome to Let's Talk Nutrition.
So, are you really sure that what you're eating is not fake? Welcome to Let's Talk Nutrition. Great to be with you. Glad you were able to stop by today to either listen to the show or watch it. And you can watch the show at letstalknutrition.com. And you can watch it on demand as well, because you know, people are busy. Sometimes they can't stay for the entire show and they want to catch it a little later, and you can do that. And if you want to listen to it on demand, click on show schedule. And to watch it on demand, it's right there on the home page. You'll see the videos. Click on those and you're in. Use your smartphone, tablet, computer, Ouija board. I don't care. Whatever you have. Can we use a Ouija board? I don't know. No, can't use Ouija. I've never done a Ouija board. I'm going to talk about fake food here. And this has an international, no pun intended, flavor to it. We're going to get to that. And then other stories and studies that I prepared for today. Pretty interesting stuff. One dealing with something that happens to women regularly. It's biological, and it influences their choices. Wonder what that is. You often hear me say it's biology. Biology. We sort of walk around in day-to-day life, and we're making all kinds of decisions, you know, and we think that somehow it's disconnected from biology because we have free will, right? And we can make choices. But I dare say it seems like biology is always somewhere in the background. In our relationships, in choices that we make, it's fascinating. I know that some people would like to think that reality is socially constructed, and it is. But that doesn't exclude, and there's a whole body of work, theory and research, you know, social construction of reality. And I get that. I don't have an issue with it. Not at all. After all, my background's in communication, right? And communication is the principal instrument by which we construct social realities, one of the major ways we do that. But that being said, biology does play a role in things that we do in our everyday life, choices that we're making, and it's out of our awareness. So that's why I want to report on it. And I'm going to try to I have to be careful when I report on those. You'll see what I mean when I get to the story. You have to demonstrate some sense of rhetorical sensitivity in how you report it, and you'll get what I mean. And then I want to talk about illness and loneliness. That's an upper. Oh my! But maybe there's a positive side to that coin. So we're going to get. Those are some of the things we're going to get to. Dr. Harris Mcilwainh is in studio today, and Dr. Mcilwainh always is gracious, always finds time to come and talk with you in the studio. He never mails it in. He doesn't call it in. He brings it in. And I'm going to talk to him today a little bit about doctor-patient relate. He doesn't know this. I haven't talked to him. I haven't had a chance. So it's broadcast surprise, Dr. Mcilwainh. You need to grab your microphone. You need to grab your mic. There you go. And you're on TV, by the way, so you can't stick that mic in your face. Otherwise, they won't see you. You have to set it off to the side and get it close to your mouth, and we'll get you to talk here in a second. So I'm going to talk with Dr. Matt. I want to talk to him about doctor-patient relationships a little bit, get his take on that. And you're always invited, always, to join in the conversation, no matter what we're talking about. 877-897-8255, 877-897-TALK. Call anytime you want. So when I was preparing today's show, producing it, came across this story. It does have an international theme to it. Interpol is even involved. There's some evidence that's being collected that casts doubt on the purity of some of the favorite foods that people eat. Interpol no less. Interpol in food? Interpol in nutrition? Yes. Interpol, the International Criminal Police Organization, yeah, you heard me, announced that it seized thousands of tons of fake food in a joint operation with Europol over the past 2 months. You can't make this up. If you're watching the show, you'll see the story by Mandy Oaklander giving him attribution out of Time Health. 2,500 tons of the food we eat is fake, is the headline. Now, some of the foods that were included in this, you and I probably eat regularly here. Mozzarella, eggs, bottled mineral water, strawberries, cooking oil, and dried fruit. It implicated 47 countries. Most of us, we read labels, we tend to believe them. Maybe not. Maybe we shouldn't. Apparently, in the story, Oaklander, he reports that adulterations cut across all kinds of food categories. In Italy, he said, there were 31 tons of seafood labeled as fresh, but they'd been frozen. And then they were doused with a chemical containing citric acid and hydrogen peroxide. Why would you do that? You know why you do that? This is chemistry now. Because it was rotting. That's why. And they had to cover up the smell. You can't make that up. Rotting seafood, frozen, and then they douse it with citric acid and hydrogen peroxide. And people eat that. Then there was an Italian cheese factory, picking on Italy today. The Interpol officers or whoever was involved in it found expired dairy and chemicals used to make old cheese look like it was fresh. You can't make this up. You can't make this up. They can only do this with humans. Are there chemicals to make humans look fresh? I don't know. They found that mozzarella was being smoked in the back of a van with burning trash as a heat source. Oh, my God. I read this morning. I said, if this wasn't so tragic, it'd be funny. Are you serious? They got a van. You have to picture this now. You can see these characters with a van, and they got burning trash in the back of it, and they're smoking the mozzarella. Smoked mozzarella. So, but Italy's not the only country. There's Egypt. Okay, what happened in Egypt? Interpol seized 35 tons of fake butter, and they shut down the factory producing that was sold. It was sold. You ready? How? They shut down an entire factory producing that was sold as tea. How do you go from butter to, what are they talking about? Egyptian authorities, I'm quoting, Egyptian authorities seized 35 tons of fake butter and shut down an entire factory producing that was sold as tea. In Thailand, the Interpol officials destroyed 85 tons of meat, made its way into the country without health and safety testing. And in the United States, the FDA found that illegal dietary supplements were being sent through the mail. Come back, I'll tell you more. You can't make this up. How about those characters in Italy? Got them a nice van, went and collected some trash from the neighborhood, started a fire, and smoked the mozzarella to give it that nice smoked flavor. Hi, this is Dr. Michael Garko. Did you know that over 20 million people in the United States suffer from some form of joint pain? If you have joint or muscle pain, Flexin can help. Good joints are an essential part of everyday life, and the lack of healthy joints can prevent you from enjoying daily activities and rob you of a better quality of life. Flexin is specially formulated with CM8 to provide the pain relief and support your joints need. Flexin CM8 is designed to lubricate your joints and muscles while reducing inflammation and supporting stronger cartilage. Flexin isn't just another glucosamine supplement, it's much more. Its extraordinary formula is composed of powerful ingredients and a special blend of enzymes that make digestion and absorption fast and easy, with results in as little as 1 week. So if you want to enjoy everyday activities again and improve your quality of life, look no further than Flexin. For more information, call 1-800-NPAIN. That's 1-800-NPAIN, or visit your local fine health food store and pick up a bottle of Flexin today.
Feel tired, lethargic, or irritable? Take solace. You're one of millions of Americans that has trouble falling asleep or staying asleep. In fact, according to a national survey, 54% of adults have trouble sleeping. So what can you do about it? Take Solace. Solace is an all-natural dietary supplement formulated to support healthy sleep and relaxation. Solace can help you fall asleep and stay asleep naturally. Formulated with all-natural ingredients, Solace is non-addictive and won't leave you feeling groggy in the morning. Take Solace an hour before bed and feel the calming effects of this extensively researched sleep and relaxation aid. For more information on Solace, call toll-free 877-533-7066 or visit TakeSolace.com. That's 877-533-7066 or take SOLUS.com. Look for Solace in your local health and nutrition store. Solace, for a good night's rest naturally.
Did you know that when it comes to supporting whole body health, there's an herbal supplement that may be as important as your daily multivitamin? Discover Zyflamend Whole Body from New Chapter. Formulated to support a whole body, healthy inflammation response, an ongoing natural process and part of the body doing its job. We often think of the inflammation response as something we can feel, such as where there are sensitive nerve endings. But did you know that we can also have an inflammation response we can't feel? And whether we are aware of it or not, our inflammation response can affect the whole body. Zyflamend is a patented blend of 10 remarkable herbs, including pure and potent turmeric, that help balance and support your body's natural, healthy inflammation response for overall health and wellness. And it's clinically tested. Discover the premier herbal supplement for whole body health from New Chapter, Zyflamend Whole Body. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Available at your local fine health food store.
When you're passionate about your health, that passion leads to the knowledge that exercise and a healthy diet are not always enough. Sometimes you need the extra nutritional boost that only supplements can provide. If you are looking for the leading national brands of vitamins, supplements, health and beauty, weight loss, or sports nutrition products, look no further than Vitamin Discount Center. Voted Best Independent Chain by Vitamin Retailer Magazine, Vitamin Discount Center has been a trusted and valuable nutrition resource to the Tampa Bay area for over 15 years. With daily savings up to 50%, Vitamin Discount Center offers the best prices on the highest quality nutritional supplements. Not only will you find unbeatable value, your visit includes access to a staff educated on the application of products to help equip you with the products and information you need to proactively improve your health. To locate the store nearest you, visit vitamindiscountcenter.com, as well as access to articles on popular health topics, promotions, events, and thousands of products to shop from right at home. Your search for an affordable solution to better health is finally over. Vitamin Discount Center. For life, for less.
Let's Talk Nutrition is brought to you by Now Foods. Our products work. Garden of Life, empowering extraordinary health. Form Essentials, makers of the sleep aid Solace. Now introducing Zinnia for healthy hair, skin, and nails. Flexin, the joint health experts. Nordic Naturals, pure and great tasting omega oils. Let's Talk Nutrition on the web at letstalknutrition.com. We're back from the break, so let's rejoin Dr. Michael Garko.
Talking about fake food, and there's more to the story. Dr. Harris Mcilwainh is in the studio today. Dr. Mcilwainh, hello. Good to see you again.
Good to be here.
Glad that you're here. We're going to implicate you in all these different things we want to talk about. And there's you and I over, I guess now you've been on the show, what, 3 years?
I think so.
Yeah, we've talked about sleep. There's another story having terrible time with my voice today. Apologize. Story came across the transom. And dealing with sleep, but in a very interesting kind of way. We'll get to that as well. So the story, you're a little shocked by this story on fake food, huh? Did you eat some of that mozzarella?
Maybe.
If you just tuned in, there was this crew in Italy. They had a van, and so they went and collected some trash and used it as the to create the fire, and they were smoking the mozzarella in the back of the van. I guess it was that it smoked cheese, you know. So they said in the story, terrible, that all of that fraudulent food that I was talking about was seized in markets, airports, seaports, and shops between December 2014 and January 2015. The operation by Interpol was called Operation Opson 4. They said the largest effort of the agencies to target such inappropriately or mislabeled food, and ultimately removed 2,500 tons and 275 liters of tainted drinks out of the food supply, Interpol said. Last year, Operation Opson 3 seized 1,200 tons of fake food in 33 countries. You don't know what you're eating or drinking. There's more to this. I could tell you more, but you get the idea. And the question is, what do you do about that? You only hope that Interpol and other agencies around the world are doing their due diligence and are seizing these products. So you heard my opening comment today in the show about biology, and I happen to really I always liked biology, but I didn't even in college I didn't come to appreciate the implications of biology and what a driving force it is in what we do. B.F. Skinner talked about how our behavior is determined and shaped by the environment. That's on the surface. I think underneath there's another driving force, and that's biology, that pushes and drives our choices and shapes what we do. We would like to think that we have a free will and that we're making these choices, based on our own, somehow divorced from the environmental influences and biological influences. I don't know how you tease and separate that stuff out, but nevertheless. There's a researcher, and she's been, apparently I did a little bit of research on her. Apparently she's doing a line of research that deals with biology for sure, Dr. Christina Durant. And this comes out of the University of Texas at San Antonio College of Business, and the study suggests that women tend to seek more options in dating partners as well as consumer products the closer they get to ovulation. This is biology. Ovulation, of course, when they're the most fertile, she reports. She said, which may lead them to also seek greater variety of products and services. Now, let me understand. People are going shopping, women are going shopping, and what this researcher is suggesting that every month, that cycle, the closer you are to ovulation, and maybe unbeknownst to you, you may be making choices and seeking certain services and products while you're shopping that are being influenced by your biology. So I guess that would you got to be careful how you report this, because you start making, if you crack too many jokes and they're inappropriate, you get in trouble. But somebody could always say, well, I overspent. It's not my fault. It's not my fault. It's biology. Well, I don't know about that. She didn't say anything about how much you spend. She said about what you would buy. I'll stop right there and just get a comment from Dr. Mcilwain. What do you make of that?
Well, it's very interesting, and I think it makes sense that your biology can affect, and that what a great example if this is true. And I assume she has some pretty good data to show that at different times of the month, your choices might be different depending on your biology. Very interesting.
And this is what Dr. Durant says. She says, just like a fisherman casting a wide net, ovulating women seek to cast a wide net into the dating pool and expand the number of potential suitors they have to choose from. And she said, and this desire for variety in men at ovulation triggers a variety-seeking mindset that carries over into desire for variety in products, end quote. Now, I couldn't get my hands on, I got my hands on the full study. If you're watching, I'll hold it up. And the title of the study is called Playing the Field, the Effect of Fertility on Women's Desire for Variety. I'm not making it up. That's the study. I didn't have a chance to read the whole thing. I'll come back. I'll tell you more.
Hi, I'm Kate. When I asked my health food store to recommend a natural solution to improve
Let's Talk Nutrition is brought to you by Renew Life, the Digestive Care Company, Yerba Prima, pioneers in internal cleansing, Greens Plus, superfood for super health, Medi-C Plus, for heart health and more. New Chapter, the benefit of nature's wisdom. Let's Talk Nutrition on the web at letstalknutrition.com. We're back from the break, so let's rejoin Dr. Michael Garko.
Welcome back. Welcome to Let's Talk Nutrition. If you just dialed in, it's great to be with you. Thanks for tuning us in, listening, and watching the show. If you're watching at letstalknutrition.com, you will notice that Dr. Harris Mcilwainh is in studio with me today, and we're always delighted to have him come by. And you can call, ask questions, make comments, as we always invite you to do. 877-897-8255, 877-897-TALK. If I could get my voice right, maybe we could do the show right. Just one of those days. I want to share something with you related to this study where the researcher, she's done a line of research. She's taking a look at biology in a very interesting and unique way. And she's looking at ovulation and how ovulation may affect choices. I have the study with me, and I'm going to quote and paraphrase the opening of the piece of the study. And if you're watching, you can see it there. And Dr. Durant and her colleague, Dr. Arsena, say this. They said, consider two friends deciding on a restaurant for dinner. One suggests a renowned steakhouse chain with a stable single-course menu. The other suggests a local fusion restaurant with an eclectic and ever-changing tasting menu. She says that these two options can be construed as representing a desire for something familiar versus a desire for something new. And Dr. Durant says, while many factors likely to contribute to such individual differences in preference, she asks, is it possible that biology might play a role? Could women's preference for more or less variety in consumer choice, she asks, be influenced by the hormones that regulate women's fertility? Now, previous research, she points out in her study, suggests that ovulation, the time each month when women are the most fertile, increases women's openness to novelty and variety of men. And she lists several studies that support that conclusion. And what she's proposing in her study is that fertility-regulated desire for new options in men is carried over to a desire for greater variety in consumer choice at high fertility. She said, we tested this idea in a series of studies, including an examination of the process by which fertility increases desire for variety in products. Can't make this up. She said, we also theoretically derive and identify important boundary conditions for this effect. Now, she's interested in consumer behavior. I don't think she's a biologist by trade. But I am so intrigued with the idea of biology driving choices. Dr. Mcilwainh, welcome back.
Thank you.
I mean, you went to medical school. You studied biology. Did they ever talk to you in medical school about biology influencing choices in this kind of way?
No, really, never did.
They did talk about hormones. I mean, you did, I'm sure, of course, you deal with hormones all the time in your practice as a rheumatologist. Hormones certainly influence our moods, our behaviors, our psychological life, emotional life, and so on, don't they?
That's true. They definitely influence mood, and I think you could predict that if the mood was influenced by hormones or other biologic things, that it could certainly affect your choices and your desire for different things.
It's just amazing to me. Now, of course, I can't have, Dr. Mcilwainh nor I can have this experience because we're males. We don't ovulate. So I can't speak to it from a first-hand account. But I'm sure there are women listening that are probably thinking about this saying, Oh, maybe that explains a couple of things that you maybe otherwise, now you're starting to understand, not just shopping. Now, this researcher is interested in consumer behavior, but I can see how, and she's also interested in the previous research where the ovulation is influencing women's variety or choices in men. Apparently, it's different during periods of ovulation compared to other periods of time, moments in time. So I don't know. I thought it was provocative. The force of biology. It is biology. A lot of the times it is biology. And there's a whole line of research that says, though, that reality is socially constructed. Certainly it is, a social construction of reality, and how communication and use of language is implicated in all of that. But you can't dismiss biology, and you can't dismiss the environment and how it's shaping our choices and shaping what we become. I'm just saying. I thought it was interesting. There's on a more heavier note, I saw something this morning too, was a story on loneliness. And I knew Dr. Mcilwainh was coming into the studio today, and I wanted to talk to him about this because Dr. Mcilwainh is a practicing physician in the Tampa Bay area. He's an internist and a rheumatologist. And I've talked with him on numerous occasions about his practice and what he experiences and encounters with patients, because he deals with patients that oftentimes are in a lot of discomfort and pain. In this story, it was reported by Robert Prite. He's a Health Day reporter. I want to give him attribution. For people age 70 or older who struggle with a chronic illness, he writes, loneliness is often a complicating factor. Before I even tell you more, let me just stop there. And in your day-to-day practice, Dr. Mcilwainh, and we've touched on this a little bit in the past. You have patients, not only just 70 years old, but even younger than that are chronically ill. And we had talked in the past about depression and how depression is implicated in that. We have not talked about the concept or the construct of loneliness and how it may be associated with chronic illness. We're headed into some messages. Well, just generally speaking, have you encountered this with your patients? Have they talked to you about it?
Patients talk about loneliness, and I think it is a factor in their emotional health. Some patients are much more sensitive to being lonely. Some patients don't mind being alone, and it doesn't seem to bother them. But most humans, it would bother, and it definitely can affect their overall physical health.
Mm-hmm. But there is a difference between being alone and being lonely.
That's true. Mm-hmm. That's true.
You don't want to be alone and be lonely. Some people like to be alone. They're loners. That's fine. Being lonely, different matter. And again, how our mind and body are implicated with one another. Be back. We'll tell you more.
Still looking for your fountain of youth? It's Xenia. Look no further than the beauty aisle of your favorite health and nutrition store. Xenia is the newest product from Form Essentials, the brand that brought you solace. So you know it's filled with the highest quality ingredients. Many cosmetic products only treat topically, while Xenia addresses aging and hair loss from within. Formulated to support the growth of radiant hair, skin, and nails, Xenia is sure to help you turn back the hands of time and assist you in aging gracefully. Xenia provides a spectrum of key vitamins and other evidence-based natural ingredients such as alpha-lipoic acid, biotin, collagen, and elastin peptides, all combined in one capsule for your convenience. By promoting beauty from the inside out, you are strengthening your cells and creating a lasting enhancement to your natural beauty. Xenia fits into your daily routine and can be taken to boost your current cosmetic products. Available now at leading health and nutrition stores. Ask for Xenia by name. Start taking Xenia hair, skin, and nails today and get ready to look amazing.
Exclusively from Natural Factors.
I'm Dr. Michael Murray. I'm very excited to have the opportunity to talk with you about PGX, a truly revolutionary natural product that works perfectly to help get at the core issues that make weight loss so difficult. PGX is a clinically proven way to help people to achieve their ideal body weight that is safe and natural. PGX leads to a dramatic reduction in the glycemic index of any food or meal. It also ultimately causes the release of compounds that achieve two important goals in weight loss. One, telling your brain that you're satisfied so you eat less, and two, improving the action of the hormone insulin. If you've ever tried to lose weight and failed, it's not your fault. You just need the tremendous support that PGX can provide. For more information on making your weight loss dream a near effortless reality, please go to pgx.com.
Coenzyme Q10 is a powerful antioxidant nutrient. It protects against free radical damage, supports heart function, energy production, and immune response. Aging reduces our ability to absorb CoQ10 from our diet, so supplementing with a highly absorbable form of CoQ10 is the first step to ensuring optimal levels in the body. Secondly, typical CoQ10 supplements are in a ubiquinone or non-reduced form. For the body to use that type of CoQ10, it must first convert it to ubiquinol or the reduced form. QH Absorb is Jarrow Formula's highly absorbable and bioavailable CoQ10 supplement. Not only is QH Absorb more absorbable than traditional CoQ10 supplements, but as ubiquinol, it's already in a reduced bioavailable form. Your body can use QH Absorb without having to do any conversion work. Ask specifically for Jarrow Formula's QH Absorb at your favorite vitamin retailer. For more information on QH Absorb, go to jarrow.com. That's JARROW for the best and highly absorbable bioavailable CoQ10 supplements.
Are you waking up each day to the life you have to live or to the life you want to live? Better health shouldn't be left to chance. Smart choices to living longer and stronger include making Kyolic aged garlic extract a part of your daily routine. For years, medical researchers have recommended adding Kyolic to the diet as a powerful tool to enhancing overall heart and immune health. Recent clinical studies at UCLA Medical Center using Kyolic suggest that garlic may slow plaque formation in the arteries and support healthy cholesterol and homocysteine levels. Previous research also shows Kyolic may enhance your immune system defenses. Kyolic is organic, odorless, and the only antioxidant garlic supplement available worldwide. Maintaining a healthier you could extend your life. Your wellness begins with Kyolic aged garlic extract, available everywhere fine nutritional supplements are sold. Visit kyolic.com, that's KYOLIC.com, or call 1-800-421-2998 for a free sample today.
The ever-increasing stress and toxicity we are exposed to from our environment, diets, and lifestyles make internal cleansing a necessary part of a good health regimen. Founded in 1980, Yerba Prima was the first company to launch a whole-body internal cleansing kit. Since that time, they have continued to develop and manufacture a complete range of all-natural, high-quality fiber and internal cleansing products. By using all-natural psyllium fiber and no harmful stimulant laxatives, all Yerba Prima fiber and internal cleansing products can be used over a long period of time to ensure optimal health and regularity. With nearly 30 years dedicated to all-natural cleansing products, it's easy to see why Yerba Prima is a leader in the fiber and cleansing products category. Learn more at yerbaprima.com, YERBAPRIMA.com, or visit your local health retailer. Yerba Prima, pioneer in internal cleansing products.
Let's Talk Nutrition is brought to you by Natural Factors, where great health begins. Right Way Nutrition. Nutrition the right way. Kyolic, aging makes the finest garlic truly odorless. Jarrow Formulas, superior nutrition and formulation. Country Life, a leader and authority in natural health and nutrition. Let's Talk Nutrition on the web at letstalknutrition.com. We're back from the break, so let's rejoin Dr. Michael Garko.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Nutrition. Sitting here talking with Dr. Harris Mcilwainh. He's in studio, 877-897-8255. You can always call and ask any question you'd like about what we're talking about, or if something else is on your mind, it's okay. Talking about chronic illness and loneliness, perhaps you've had that experience, or you have had a friend or a family member who's had that experience or is going through it. And this study These Canadian researchers, they took 121 older adults. They were mostly in their 70s. And they found that the feelings of loneliness increased after the onset of a chronic health issue. This was even among those who had been with the same partner for 50 or more years, end quote. That's what they said. And if you're watching the show, you can see the story that was reported on WebMD. And 50 plus, they call it 50 plus Live Better, Live Longer. That's a series that they run. And the headline on the story is, loneliness may complicate chronic illness for some. Don't blame yourself for illness, it says, and try to find new ways to socialize, experts suggest. So, Dr. Mcilwain, when we were heading into those messages, do patients literally come in and talk about loneliness, or do you infer it from what they're saying, and then do you address it?
Some patients actually are aware that it's loneliness and they talk about it. Some patients don't use the word lonely, but they describe it very well. And for those that are sensitive to being lonely, it can definitely affect their physical well-being. It can affect their activity. It can affect whether they take their medicines and whether they take them correctly. So it absolutely can make a difference in the outcome of their illness.
Wow. I didn't think of that. It affects their compliance with medication?
Sure.
Why? I wonder why would that be? Do they forget or do they get depressed? What?
I think it's probably both forgetting, and the loneliness begins to add worsening depression.
Do you think loneliness gives way to a sense of helplessness?
It can.
And then hence, feeling helpless, you say, why even bother taking the medications, perhaps?
Exactly. It just all intertwined with depression.
I mean, as I've talked with you many times on air, you often deal with patients that are in a lot of discomfort, which is a euphemism for pain. I always have to laugh when the doctor says, you're going to feel a little pressure. No, you're going to feel a lot of pain. You do that. That's what you mean, right? You've done that with me. I remember one day when you were injecting some needles in my hands or whatever. I forget what it was. You were drawing some fluid. You said, you're going to feel a little pressure. I almost fell off the table. But you deal with patients all the time that are in pain. Yes?
Yes.
Because you're a rheumatologist, and they have arthritis, they have autoimmune diseases, and they're in a lot of severe pain. I guess where you suggest, I don't want to put words in your mouth, can the loneliness exacerbate the discomfort? Can loneliness exacerbate the pain? Can it exacerbate the conditions of the chronic illness, you think?
I think it does. I think that loneliness and the feeling that you're not getting feedback from other people, the worsening of depression, a vicious cycle of less activity, more depression, they withdraw more, and then a very vicious cycle downward. But it also affects the outcome of the illness as well, because they don't take care of themselves as well.
And I know that many people that listen to this show are primary caregivers. When my mom was alive, I was a primary caregiver. And what I learned over time was, I had to go to work, and I took care of her. She lived at home with me up until almost the very end. But I caught on. I said, she has to get out. I got to get my mom out of the house. You got, whether it's take her to the mall, go shopping, social. In other words, interaction. And they talk about this in the article that, and I'll quote a Dr. Megan Barlow. She said, the quality of our social ties plays a role when it comes to coping with the effects of serious disease late in later life. And just having a partner around may not be enough, she says. And they comment in the piece that older adults with chronic illness can reduce their risk of loneliness by trying to remain positive about their health challenge and not blaming themselves for the illness. I'm going to talk to you about that piece now. Do you ever have patients that you get the sense that they think it's their fault that they're sick?
I think some. It's not extremely common, but I think some illnesses people feel are the result of their lifestyle or lack of care or lack of taking medication. But I think more it's a problem of just realizing that you have a serious illness, one that may affect how long you live or the quality of life. And I think the realization of that adds to depression and loneliness.
And they point out also in the piece that and you probably have experiences with patients, when they're chronically ill and they're lonely, they will tend to even isolate themselves even more.
Exactly.
And isolation is not the prescription to write for this. And Dr. Barlow says, putting a halt to socializing only contributes to a downward spiral, she said. And continuing, dealing with a chronic illness shouldn't prevent you from still trying to get out there if you can, end quote. And if you can't get out there on your own, to hopefully have somebody else help you get out there, so to speak.
I think that's very true.
So I wanted to address this because I do know there are thousands of people that listen to this show. And just statistically, I know that there are quite a number that are caregivers or have a loved one that, maybe in a nursing home or some assisted facility, living facility. And my experience when I was visiting nursing homes toward the end of my mother's life was I saw there were people there that nobody ever came to see them. Nobody talked to them. I would be in there 4 or 5 days a week. I'd walk into the room or I'd walk into the facility. I'd see that person, some individual resident, and they'd be in the same wheelchair or sitting in the same corner. Nobody talking to them. It's dreadful. And it does. I don't think you need to go to medical school or figure this out. How can that be good? So, I'm just saying. Come back. We'll get into the second hour, and we have some other things on the menu as well.
Feel tired, lethargic, or irritable? Take
made during this broadcast regarding products or the claims made about specific products have not been evaluated by the U.S. Food and Drug Administration. Products and treatments discussed are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent disease. Make your physician aware of all nutritional supplements used and immediately notify your physician if you have any health concern or undiagnosed sign or symptom.
Get ready to get healthy. Get ready to get fit. Get ready to take charge of your health. Get ready to listen, learn, and live healthier because your health is your wealth. It's time for some information and inspiration. It's time to talk about health and nutrition. Nutrition for your body, for your mind, for your spirit. It's time for Let's Talk Nutrition. Proper exercise, stress relief, eating well, supplementation for when you don't. Let's Talk Nutrition. Scientists, authors, nutrition specialists, personal trainers, holistic healers, experts in traditional, natural, and integrative medicine. Daily prizes and giveaways. Follow Dr. Garko on Twitter at Dr. Garko and on Facebook at facebook.com/Dr. Michael Garko. Now, welcome to Let's Talk Nutrition.
Great to be with you, and we're midweek. If you listen to the show, you know that it does play at different times in different markets, since the show is syndicated across the U.S., so please check your local listings. You can always go to letstalknutrition.com, click on show schedule when you get there, and you can see the date, the guest, and so on. It gives you a sense of what we're doing. The show does originate out of Tampa, Florida, where the temperature tomorrow is going to be in the 20s. Welcome to Florida. And we should be quiet because people up north have been dealing with this horrible weather for weeks. You have my deepest sympathies. I lived in that stuff too. I know what it's like. 877-897-8255 is a toll-free number. Dr. Harris Mcilwain's in the studio today. It's great to have him come in because to have a practicing physician, where clinical life, that world, it's one thing to be a researcher. It's another thing to be a clinician. A researcher, you're removed sort of from the actual battle. Dr. Mcilwain is in the battle every day, and you've been doing that for how long now?
It's like 25 years.
25 years. Is there a website? Is it Mcilwain Medical Group?
Right.
And Mcilwain is spelled M-C-I-L-W-A-I-N, McIlwainMedicalGroup.com. And you can check out his practice. He is in Tampa, so just want you to know that. Oftentimes, I'm sure you've had the experience where you go to the doctor, and some of you have had, I'm certain of this too, a long-standing relationship with your physician or physicians. And I suspect there's some of them that you like a lot, some of them not so much, and maybe a lot in the middle. I don't know. I've done some research. I've published some research on doctor-patient relationships, and so it's an area that I am familiar with. And as I was thinking about today's show, knowing that Dr. Mcilwain was going to be in the studio, I thought it would, and I haven't talked to him about this directly. We've alluded to it. We've, got to it obliquely from time to time, but the actual relationship with the physician and that the nature, the theory and practice of doctor-patient relationship certainly has evolved over the years. And there are researchers that devote their entire career to looking at that relationship, and they develop a whole line of research looking at that relationship. A lot of communication professors and scholars do that, psychologists, sociologists, and so on. So, Dr. Mcilwain, when you were in medical school, did they at that time, 20, 25 years ago, were they talking about doctor-patient relationship in medical school? Did they get at that? Did you have a course in it? Did you have any hours devoted to that or what?
Not really specific hours or courses, although it was discussed in almost every course. after the basic sciences, because it is important, and that can affect the patient's well-being. It can affect whether the patient does what you ask them to do, and if the patient has to have a lot of trust that you know what you're talking about and that you're giving good advice.
There are people listening right now that are patients, and they're saying, well, apparently my doctor must have missed those classes because they've had bad experiences with the physician. The physician relates to them in a way that is disconfirming. I mean, you hear that all the time, right? You got to hear that.
Yes.
That's one word answer, Dr. Mcilwainh. Which was the right answer. I mean, I asked you a closed-end question. You gave me a closed-end response. I can tell you right now, we might get a caller or two and say, I have a terrific doctor, great relationship. Other ones are going to say, this doctor just gives me good care, but the relationship is horrible. I can't talk to the doctor. Now it's changed. I mean, they have now in medical schools, I understand it, they have even courses where the students will learn about that relationship.
That's true.
What do you, as a physician, in the relationship with the patient, what do you expect? I've never asked a physician that. What is it that you want from the patient, from your side of things? What do you expect from the patient?
Yeah, that's a really good question. I think physicians expect patients to be honest and open, because without that, it's very hard to be accurate in diagnosis and treatment. And actually, I think physicians enjoy it when patients either agree or disagree. That's great. They enjoy it when patients have their own suggestions about care. It's not a bad thing at all. Patients often have answers that are very valid and can contribute to the overall positive effect.
So you're not uncomfortable if a patient comes in and begins to talk with you about his or her condition, and they've done a lot of research and they're able to comment on it, and and they start asking you questions. They start, pushing you a little bit. You're good with that.
Yeah, we think it's a very positive thing. First, that they're thinking about it and going to the trouble. But physicians for a long time have said, if you listen to the patient long enough, they'll give you the answer. And it's really true. Oh. If you listen to the patient long enough, even if they haven't done research and Googled what they have, they will tell you the answer. And so it's just important for physicians to listen. And patients are very sensitive to that part of the relationship. Patients tell me all the time, whether physicians or our staff listen or don't listen, it's very appreciated when a patient feels like they're talking to someone who's actually taking it in and absorbing it and using it to help decisions.
The research is, and this is a pretty well known fact and correlation, that doctors who have better relationships with their patients are less sued.
Right. I think that's pretty well proven.
That's pretty well established. There's something to that. I remember when my dad was sick, and even with my mom, but my dad in particular, and he was really sick. I mean, for somebody that good of a human being to die the way he did I don't get it, but he suffered. And I noticed he changed. Personality changed. He was not the same person. In theory, it's nice to talk about a relationship. You have a patient come into your office who's pretty sick, right? And you see them all the time. Maybe even today you're going to see some. And they're having a hard time. They're having a hard time. And in theory, it would be nice if they could relate to you in a nice way. But sometimes they get cranky. They get They can be nasty. True?
Oh, that's very true. And you just sometimes we have to remind ourselves that the patient's sick, or else they wouldn't be there. When they interact with our secretaries or our nurses or other staff, patients may be really irritable and negative, and the staff may make a comment about that. And then once the staff realizes what problems they're dealing with medically and socially and in every other way, suddenly the light goes on and the staff is totally understanding.
Yeah.
And that helps a lot in the patient relationship.
It's one of the most important relationships in our life when we're healthy and especially when we're ill.
Still looking for your fountain of youth? It's Xenia. Look no.
Over the past 60 years, I have prescribed and been introduced to countless health therapies from around the world. I formulated Medi-C Plus, a natural remedy with high amounts of vitamin C and lysine for maintaining strong bones, cartilage, teeth, and gums, and aiding in collagen formation. Now in my 90s, Medi-C Plus is my insurance for the maintenance of good health. Make Medi-C Plus a part of your daily health routine too.
Available at health food stores and specialty pharmacies.
Over the past 60 years, I have prescribed and been introduced to countless health therapies from around the world. I formulated Medi-C Plus, a natural remedy with high amounts of vitamin C and lysine for maintaining strong bones, cartilage, teeth, and gums, and aiding in collagen formation. Now in my 90s, Medi-C Plus is my insurance for the maintenance of good health. Make Medi-C Plus a part of your daily health routine too.
Available at health food stores and specialty pharmacies.
Along with astaxanthin and fucoxanthin. Each of these ingredients, when taken individually, have superb benefits. When they are combined into the exciting compound omegaxanthin, they work synergistically to amplify their already amazing benefits. In addition to the synergy of omegaxanthin, Oceans 3 offers unrivaled purity and greater value than the leading omega-3 fish oils available today, making the Oceans 3 family of products the best choice for anyone looking to add a healthy dose of omega-3 fats and a giant dose of extraordinary health to their lives.
Are you looking for a product that will aid weight loss both safely and naturally? That will stimulate your metabolism and reduce the absorption of fat from food? Then look no further than Right Way Nutrition. As featured on national daytime health shows, Right Way Nutrition is a premium dietary and nutritional supplement provider who believes the best form of encouragement is results. Right Way Nutrition aims to provide customers with the most superior and effective products available. Right Way Nutrition's 100% pure green coffee bean extract with Svetol does just that. While green coffee bean extract may not be new to the scene, Right Way Nutrition offers a new and improved formula of green coffee bean extract infused with their trademark ingredient Svetol, which is proven to be a vital ingredient for successful weight loss results. Right Way Nutrition provides you with a fast-acting, healthy, effective green coffee bean extract proven to naturally and safely aid weight loss. Your search for the perfect natural weight loss supplement is over. Right Way Nutrition's 100% pure green coffee bean extract with Svetol will help you reach all your weight loss goals.
Feel tired, lethargic, or irritable? Take solace. You're one of millions of Americans that has trouble falling asleep or staying asleep. In fact, according to a national survey, 54% of adults have trouble sleeping. So what can you do about it? Take Solace. Solace is an all-natural dietary supplement formulated to support healthy sleep and relaxation. Solace can help you fall asleep and stay asleep naturally. Formulated with all natural ingredients, Solace is non-addictive and won't leave you feeling groggy in the morning. Take Solace an hour before bed and feel the calming effects of this extensively researched sleep and relaxation aid. For more information on Solace, call toll-free 877-533-7066 or visit TakeSolace.com. That's 877-533-7066 or take SOLUS.com. Look for Solace in your local health and nutrition store. Solace for a good night's rest naturally.
Talk Nutrition is brought to you by Now Foods. Our products work. Garden of Life, empowering extraordinary health. Form Essentials, makers of the sleep aid Solace. Now introducing Zinnia for healthy hair, skin, and nails. Flexin, the joint health experts. Nordic Naturals, pure and great tasting omega oils. Let's Talk Nutrition on the web at letstalknutrition.com. We're back from the break, so let's rejoin Dr. Michael Garko.
We're back. I was talking with Dr. Mcilwainh off air. I wanted to spend a little time today chatting with him about doctor-patient relationship. I know that this isn't, because many people that listen to the show ask me to do this, and I haven't had the time or had the right moment. And I saw today was a good time to do this, to talk about doctor-patient relationship. And I asked Dr. Mcilwainh, what does the doctor expect from the patient in that relationship? And he said, that's a good question. And he said he would like the patient, for him, he expects the patient, it would be preferable if the patient was truthful, engaged, knew something about what was going on with them, maybe even did some research, showed up with questions, and he doesn't get offended if the patient starts asking a lot of questions or demonstrates knowledge. I'm sure that some doctors may interpret that as, the patient trying to be the doctor and doing one-upsmanship on the doctor, but you don't perceive it that way.
It's really helpful for the patient to understand. The more the patient knows about their problem, the better patient they're going to be, because they're going to understand many of the things that aren't able to be discussed in each visit. We think it's very healthy to do that.
You were telling me off air a couple of things that doctors shouldn't do when talking with a patient. Could you mention a couple of those things?
Well, just some of the things that patients tell us is that they want to be listened to. They want to know that you're listening. That's really important. They don't like it when you have distractions like typing a note while they're talking. Many patients don't like that. Some it's okay, but generally patients are not thrilled when that happens. Or diverting the attention away from the patient to do something else is something that isn't very well liked. But it's all just normal interaction like you would do for a person you cared about or a friend or a relative. That's what patients want.
Mm-hmm. You weren't. I know you weren't trying to make excuses for doctors, but you were saying that doctors are under a lot of time constraint. It's time, and sometimes they'll sit there and type notes as the patient's talking, and because they're trying to save time. It's not that they're not wanting to listen, but that's what they're trying to do, right?
That's true. There, in many situations, the pressure is so high to see X number of patients and to write that note that something has to give, and you have to do shortcuts. Ideally, you would be able to spend the majority of that time with the patient, and I can tell you that if everything was equal, physicians very much enjoy that part of it, and that's what they would like to do the most.
If I were the physician and I knew I was going to do that, I would tell the patient, I would say, Philip, I'm listening, but for the sake of time, I'm going to type some notes as you're talking. And what I'm typing is what I'm responding to what you're saying. So I'm typing doesn't mean I'm not listening to you. I just want you to know I'm going to do that.
I think that would be a very good way to handle it. And then even ask the patient if that's okay, if you do that. And then I think in that circumstance, they probably would say, oh, sure.
Mm-hmm. And when you're sick, I mean, when people are sick, what I know from my own experience, I know from my parents and others in my life that were sick and then were in the process of dying, fear, the element of fear, the unknown, never mind, you got the constant issue of pain, but the fear, the unknown, what's going to happen to me? How's this going to unfold? You can't underestimate how that erodes a person's ability to do well and to relate to another. I mean, if you're frightened and you're trying, maybe your interpersonal skills are not their best, as the patient, right?
Absolutely, and it's very, very common for that problem to very much affect the patient's mood and attitude and answers to questions. And patients often seem flippant and, give inappropriate answers and not cooperating. And then you find out what their real problem is, and all of a sudden it's very understandable, and you know that everyone in that situation would respond the same way. So I think that probably the biggest thing is to have an open relationship, that the patient feels comfortable telling you things they like and don't like, including things they like and don't like about your practice and the way that you're handling them. I think that's a good way to manage it.
And I think that sometimes when people are in a sort of a fear modality, if you will, and they don't know what's going to happen and they're sick, they may behave in ways that things are not what they seem. They may behave in a way that seems flippant or caustic, but it's not really. It's just their way of trying to cope with the fear, cope with the illness. And so they communicate in ways that would seem to be interpersonally insensitive, but it's not intended to be that. It's only a function of what's happening to them psychologically, emotionally, and physiologically, right?
I think that's absolutely true.
Well, I just wanted to spend a few moments talking about that. I know that many of you have asked me to talk about it, the doctor-patient relationship. I think it's a critical relationship, especially when you're ill. And I saw that, and I'm sure each and every one of you have seen that in your own life, with your personal experience for yourself or with a family member or your friend, and watching doctors interact with the patients or somebody in your family when if you're in a hospital. It's difficult. I mean, I'm not an apologist for doctors, nor am I one for patients. I just wanted to sort of address it and put it out there. If you want to call 877-897-8255, do so.
Natural Factors presents.
Hi, I'm Dr. Michael Murray. How would you like to feel more calm, centered, and alert with greater mental focus and clarity?
Let's Talk Nutrition is brought to you by Renew Life, the digestive care company, Yerba Prima, pioneers in internal cleansing, Greens Plus, superfood for super health, Medi-C Plus, for heart health and more. New Chapter, the benefit of nature's wisdom. Let's Talk Nutrition on the web at letstalknutrition.com. We're back from the break, so let's rejoin Dr. Michael Garko.
Okay, we're back. Welcome back, and welcome to Let's Talk Nutrition. Wherever and however you may be listening, whatever you may be doing, and you could be watching the show at letstalknutrition.com. Please visit my Facebook page. Go to facebook.com/letstalknutrition.com and like the page, and we'll like you back. Dr. Harris Mcilwainh is in studio with me today. Dr. Mcilwain's a practicing physician in the Tampa Bay area. He's a rheumatologist and internist, and he's a frequent guest on Let's Talk Nutrition. So if you have invite you to call. If you have a medical question, whatever it may be, please feel free to call. 877-897-8255, 877-897-8255. I know sometimes people have a little communication apprehension. They feel a little self-conscious in calling. This is a listener-friendly show. We've been doing this a long time. I've never, not one time, have ever spoken to a caller in an insensitive way, or otherwise was disrespectful or unkind. I just don't do that. I have other faults, but that's not one of them. Welcome back, Dr. Mcilwainh.
Thank you.
So, I guess I've known you now for a while. You're my own physician. You're my personal physician, and you've been doing this a long time, 25 years. And I just one more question about from a doctor's perspective, because oftentimes we don't get to hear the doctor explain. When after practicing this long and seeing so much, and thinking about when you first started and where you are now, how do you maintain the enthusiasm and the passion to continue to do this? I mean, there's got to be a wear down factor at some point, don't you think? I mean, does it get to you? I mean, in clinical practice, I mean, that's where the trenches. That's where you see the battle of you see the consequences of the medical war, so to speak. I hate to use that metaphor, but you know what I'm saying?
Sure. Well, every day you see something new, and every day there's a patient who is a little bit different, and every day when patients get better or get more functional or have good results, that does keep you going, and it's not hard to have that happen.
Well, apparently when you were at home with your children at some point, you must not have been coming home ranting and raving about how you hate this job, because both of your daughters are physicians.
Yeah, they didn't listen.
They didn't listen. I don't think that's the case. I think that you inspired them, is what I think. They didn't listen. That was good, Dr. Mcilwainh. In fact, I saw your one daughter one time, just one time. She's also a physician to one of my family members, but I went to see her one daughter one time. Yeah, so I know her. You must be a proud dad. I mean, you're a doctor and you have two daughters that are physicians too. Good for you. Congratulations. Mcilwainh Medical Group, and then you can see the whole unit. Mcilwain medicalgroup.com. So I came across a study. You and I have talked about sleep a number of times on this show. I always like to talk with you about it because I know I have an interest in it. And there's a product that you hear commercials run on this show, and probably in your market too, called Solus, SOLUS. And if you go to their website, takesolace.com, you can learn about the product. It's a terrific product, been on the market a number of years now. And those of you who used to listen to Duke and a Doctor, you probably remember that commercial ran on their show as well for a number of years. So, and it's not alien to this show either. So I came across a study today about sleep, and the title of it was Support for Sleeping In. Half of parents favor later school start times for teens. Apparently, the parents are split on this notion of a delayed start time for middle school and high school. This is according to the University of Michigan C.S. Mott Children's Hospital National Poll on Children's Health. Should teenagers, they said in the article, be able to hit the snooze button one more time before school? And they said, ask their parents, and half say they would support later school start time. Now, more schools across the country, and probably many of you listening, you having this experience at home, are exploring delayed school start times as research shows benefits for adolescents' physical and mental health, including reducing the risk of obesity and depression. Some parents don't like the delayed start time. Some do. Some would rather, have the children get up 6 o'clock, catch their bus, be at school by 8, whatever that schedule is, and get it all done. But among the national sample of parents with teens aged 13 to 17 whose middle or high schools started at before 8:30 a.m., about 2 in 5 believe that later start times would allow their teens more sleep, and 1 in 5 said it would improve school performance. What do you think?
I agree with the group that thinks that should be later. And the reason is that I think physiologically, especially high school age kids, it really is more fair to have their day start a little bit later. I think it would improve production and performance. And although you could make a point, well, we need to just get them up early. And I just think that if you're going to look at performance and production, then physiologically their bodies are going to work better a little bit later in the day than they did 10 years earlier.
Dr. Matthew Davis, director of the National Poll on Children's Health and professor of pediatrics, said that teenagers are chronically sleep deprived and that can negatively impact their health and well-being. He said that we know teens are biologically wired to have later sleep cycles, which has raised the question of whether school start times that align to adolescents' natural sleep rhythms could help improve health outcomes, end quote. So he agrees with you.
I think it would. The trouble is making the shift would be very hard, but there are schools in Tampa that are considering that as well.
Yeah. I wanted to report on that. I know that many of you have teenage children, young adults in high school and whatnot, and this business, teens tend to go to bed a little later too. Young children, you can get them to bed early, you can get them up early. It's hard to get the 16, 15-year-old, time to go to bed now. Now, that doesn't work so well. So they're up a little later. They might need more time to sleep. I sort of favor the later start time myself. I would endorse that. I would encourage it, given what we know about sleep. By the way, if you're having some insomnia, take solace. Go to takesolace.com. Learn more. Be right back. LTN Health Question of the Day.
Are you able to consume the recommended 6 to 8 servings of fresh fruits and vegetables in a day for optimal health and well-being? Who has time to prepare and eat that many servings? Now there is a way to consume 5 whole servings of fresh fruits and vegetables in an easy-to-mix drink. That's half of your daily recommended servings in one drink. Introducing Greens Plus Wild Berry Burst Powder, made up of 29 enzymatically alive whole foods, along with 7 antioxidant-rich berry extracts in a delicious powder form that you can easily mix into water or your favorite fruit juice. Greens Plus Wild Berry Burst contains sea vegetables, probiotics, organic grasses, and herbal extracts that help to support the immune system, provide increased energy, provide an alkaline pH, and cleanse and detoxify the body. No heat is used in the processing of Greens Plus Wild Berry Burst, so it is enzymatically alive, just like fresh fruits and vegetables. You can find Greens Plus Wild Berry Burst at your local health food store. Ask for it by name.
Did you know that doctors recommend omega-3 essential fatty acids for kids and grown-ups alike? Nordic Naturals, the #1 fish oil in the U.S., offers omega-3s for everyone. In fact, Nordic Naturals has one of the largest product portfolios in the world. Our best-selling Ultimate Omega is available in soft gels or liquid, both with a light, clean lemon flavor and no fishy aftertaste. This concentrated formula has been clinically shown to support heart health. For children, kids everywhere love Nordic Naturals Children's DHA, offered in great-tasting strawberry liquid or chewable soft gels. New Omega Boost is a creamy, delicious formulation of omega-3s. With its great mango taste and velvety smooth texture, Nordic Naturals Omega Boost is a great choice for the whole family. Nordic Naturals carefully manages every step of production of our omega-3 fish oils from boat to bottle, so you can count on Nordic Naturals to be exceptionally pure, fresh, and effective. Nordic Naturals for kids and grown-ups alike. Available at natural products retailers or online at nordicnaturals.com.
As a family-owned company since 1968, Now Foods has spent the last 46 years building a legacy in the natural health industry as a trusted leader. Now provides a comprehensive approach to wellness by offering more than 1,400 high-quality health foods, supplements, sports nutrition, and personal care products at an affordable price. Now believes that natural is better. They don't use artificial colors, flavors, or sweeteners, and they offer many vegetarian, organic, and gluten-free products. Their foods are all non-GMO. Since their beginning, Now has grown to become an award-winning leader in the natural health industry. But one thing has never changed: their commitment to providing the highest quality products at the best value to empower people to lead healthier lives. High quality doesn't have to mean high price. From essential oils to amino acids, multivitamins to natural sweeteners, Now has you covered. To find a store near you that carries Now products, or for more information, visit nowfoods.com. That's nowfoods.com.
Medi-C Plus. The C in Medi-C Plus stands for vitamin C, and the plus stands for lysine. Did you know vitamin C is arguably the most important water-soluble antioxidant in the human body? Or that we cannot produce vitamin C on our own like animals do? We need Medi-C Plus to meet our daily needs. Medi-C Plus provides the body with a high concentration of vitamin C and lysine, which work together to build collagen for optimal heart health. Dr. Gifford Jones, graduate of the Harvard Medical School, developed Medi-C Plus after his own heart attack 16 years ago. With the help of Medi-C Plus, Dr. Gifford Jones is now a healthy 91 years old. But Medi-C Plus is not just for heart health. Medi-C Plus also benefits your immune system, vision, promotes healthy skin, provides support for healthy teeth and gums, healthy joints, and much more. So make Medi-C Plus part of your daily routine and enjoy healthy living. Medi-C Plus at your local vitamin discount center and all fine health food stores. You can also order online at mymedi-c.com or call toll-free at 1-844-871-0069. When you're passionate about your health, that passion leads to the knowledge that exercise and a healthy diet are not always enough. Sometimes you need the extra nutritional boost that only supplements can provide. If you are looking for the leading national brands of vitamins, supplements, health and beauty, weight loss, or sports nutrition products, look no further than Vitamin Discount Center. Voted best independent chain by Vitamin Retailer Magazine, Vitamin Discount Center has been a trusted and valuable nutrition resource to the Tampa Bay area for over 15 years. With daily savings up to 50%, Vitamin Discount Center offers the best prices on the highest quality nutritional supplements. Not only will you find unbeatable value, your visit includes access to a staff educated on the application of products to help equip you with the products and information you need to proactively improve your health. To locate the store nearest you, visit vitamindiscountcenter.com, as well as access to articles on popular health topics, promotions, events, and thousands of products to shop from right at home. Your search for an affordable solution to better health is finally over. Vitamin Discount Center. For life, for less.
Let's Talk Nutrition is brought to you by Natural Factors, where great health begins. Right Way Nutrition. Nutrition the right way. Kyolic, aging makes the finest garlic truly odorless. Jarrow Formulas, superior nutrition and formulation. Country Life, a leader and authority in natural health and nutrition. Let's Talk Nutrition on the web at letstalknutrition.com. We're back from the break, so let's rejoin Dr. Michael Garko.
Here's the LTN health question of the day. If you get the answer right, you'll win a $25 supplement gift card. Try to reward good behavior. So I was talking about, I was talking with Dr. Mcilwainh about sleep and in this new study where parents are sort of split on starting and making start times for teenagers a little later, school start times a little later. Dr. Mcilwain and I agree that we think that maybe they should be a little later for teenagers. That's, some may disagree with that. Nevertheless, turns out that, and I've talked about sleep on this show quite a bit because I think it's an important lifestyle factor that bears upon health significantly. And there are more than a few people who have some sort of sleep problem. Even moderate sleep disturbances in older people and even in younger people are associated with higher levels of fatigue, disturbed mood, depressive symptoms, reduced quality of life, weight gain, cardiovascular issues. I could go on and on. Here's the question. What percent of individuals 55 years of age and older have some sort of sleep problem? What percent of people 55 years of age and older have a sleep problem of one sort or another? Okay. 20%, 30%, or 50%? What percent of adults 55 and older have a sleep problem of one sort or another? 20%, 30%, or 50%? 877-897-8255. 877-897-TALK. 20, 30, or 50%. Dr. Mcilwain, welcome back. In the Journal of the American Medical Association Network Journals, there's a new study out showing that mindfulness meditation appears to improve sleep quality. They had two groups. They had a mindful awareness practice group where they taught them mindful awareness. Then they had another group where they taught them sleep hygiene education. Keep the lights out at night, so on, keep the room at a cool temperature, and so on and so on. What they found was the group that they taught mindful meditation practices to, they showed improvement relative to the other group on secondary measures of insomnia symptoms, depression symptoms, fatigue interference, and fatigue severity. In other words, mindfulness meditation seemed to improve insomnia, depression, fatigue, and the severity of fatigue compared to just giving somebody pointers on what we call sleep hygiene. In other words, what you shouldn't do at night before going to bed, what you shouldn't do in bed, what the room should be like, no lights, cool, whatever. So mindfulness meditation did better than education in that regard. What do you make of that?
And I agree totally. I think it's much more effective. And the sleep hygiene suggestions have always seemed a little bit hollow. They're really usually pretty obvious, and it's hard to make patients change. The meditation techniques are easy to learn. Patients learn them very quickly, and are very effective in relaxation and allowing sleep, and a lot of other activities during the day become better too.
Yeah, and part of the sleep hygiene education is that they tell people that there are only two things you should do in bed, and they both start with the word S. Sleep is one of them, and you know what the other one is. Let's go to Largo, let's go to Largo, Florida, and talk to Trish. Trish, welcome to the show. It's great to have you on.
Hi.
How are you?
Thank you. Nice to be on. I'm very well. How are you?
Good. Thank you for asking. So,
good.
What percent of people that are 55 and older have a sleep problem of one sort or another? 20, 30, or 50%?
My guess is 50%.
That's a good guess. It's a high number, and you're absolutely right. People complain. It's like they complain just as much about sleep as they do the weather.
I can understand that.
They can't do much about the weather, but you can do things about your sleep. Do you sleep well?
I do. I'm one of the lucky ones, I guess, for my age. Maybe 2 or 3 times a month I might have a little bit of a problem. Mm-hmm. But other than that, I do sleep well.
Yeah, that's a luxury. Some people say, boy, you're lucky you can sleep. Yeah, they're so sleep deprived. It affects quality of life in dramatic ways. We thank you for listening. And
well, thank you for all your good information you put out there every day.
We try. Lord knows.
I enjoy listening.
Well, thank you so much. We appreciate it. Congratulations. They'll get you that $25 supplement gift card in the mail. And
wonderful.
And tell your friends about the show, and we can watch the show, too, at letstalknutrition.com. Thanks.
Okay, great.
Thank you, Trish. So there you go. I would also suggest Solus, S-O-L-U-S. So would Dr. Mcilwainh. We both are familiar with that product. It's a sleep and relaxation aid that's very well formulated. There's a lot of research that supports all of the ingredients in the product. And I've talked about it numerous times on the show over the years. Go to takesolace.com. It's sold in fine health stores throughout the United States. If you want to know exactly, if you go to their website at takesolace.com, you can see where it's sold. And if your retailer doesn't have it, ask them to order it. Takesolace.com. And I guess you're going to have to take your leave here, Dr. Mcilwainh, when you get back to the office. We appreciate you coming in today, as always. We're very grateful.
I enjoyed it.
We enjoy having you here, and thank you for entertaining some of those questions today about doctor-patient relationships and so on, what you expect from the patient. And I thought it would be nice for the listener to hear a physician talk about that relationship and what it means to you from your side of the relationship. But you also commented on what you think it means from the patient. You're a patient as well, too. So
exactly.
Are you a good patient? We thank you for listening and remind you that you can watch the show and listen to the show on demand if you go to letstalknutrition.com. And to listen to the show on demand, click on show schedule and you'll see the date, the guest, and the topic for the day. And then if you want to watch it, it's right there on the homepage. We're very grateful that you listen. We enjoy being with you. Your health is your wealth, and your health is the wealth of those that care about and love you.
Still looking for your fountain of youth?